So today we are going to talk about the frequency response analysis in control system. Now frequency response analysis can be in any other subjects, but here we are talking about what is the meaning of frequency response in the subject control system. So today we will be talking about not about the basic Bode plot or polar plot or Nyquist plot. We will be talking about the important points which actually come in the exams, and I will be pointing out those parts which you need to remember to get the questions done at the exam. I am not gonna teach you the basics or the formulas you can find out in any other YouTube videos or books. Good books are there. I am gonna tell you the important points which are very important. You always need to remember before you go to the exam. So today we are going to cover a large area in a small time. So frequency response analysis we can do in three ways. So number one, you know, that is obviously Bode plot or the Bode plot. The second one is obviously polar plot. This is the easiest one, obviously. And from polar plot you can draw the Nyquist plot. Now many students read all these things but don't know what is the basic meaning of frequency response system. So what is frequency response? Frequency response is obviously understanding the magnitude and phase response of any system. Magnitude, sorry, let me write it here. Magnitude plus phase response. Now, when this part comes, this analysis part is always done when the system is stable, right? When the system is stable. Now, the given system is stable or not, you can find out in different ways. I am going to tell you those things later. Now, let's first find out what are the most important things you need to remember in the exam from the Bode. Now we know in Bode plot we get two different plots. One is from magnitude plot and one is phase plot, and both plots are different. Now let us consider this is one magnitude and this is one phase plot. In case here you know this is something like this, and magnitude plot, here you get log omega, here you get log omega same, here it is 5 in degrees and here it is, and in magnitude we find out in dB, always remember, in decibel. Now the most important part is the most frequently asked question from Bode plot is a asymptotic Bode plot is given. Now asymptotic Bode plot is nothing but which plot is drawn by your hand, that is asymptotic. So from the asymptotic Bode plot you need to find out the transfer function. Now everybody finds out the poles and zeros. Those are very easy because you know all the cutoff frequencies and all, right? Those are easy, but ultimately you need to find one thing, that is this DC gain. Finding out this DC gain is the most important part. So in case of there is at cutoff frequency 1, if the value is given, you know, doing 20 log k equal to that value, let something a, you find out the value of k. But when at frequency 1 you don't get any value, like you have any other value like point 0.1, at point 0.1 you get the magnitude, then what to do? The general formula you know, minus 20 r log omega plus 20 log k, right? Then you have to equate the magnitude. This is the general formula. R is the you get from the transfer function, that is the number of poles at the origin, right? That is the number of pole at the origin. This is the most important thing, most important equation whenever you are going for gate examination. All the other things you can do. You can draw any Bode plot from any, everything is easy, but this part was most important and I am gonna tell you that. Next up we have polar plot. So in polar plot what happens? It is the advancement from Bode plot. Here two different plots we consider, for one is for magnitude, one is for phase. But in polar plot, in a single plot you can draw the magnitude and also the phases. 0 degree minus 90 degree minus 180 degree minus 270 degree. You know. Now what is the Nyquist plot? Nyquist plot is more advanced version and it helps us very easily to find out a system is stable or not. And this is very much asked in gate examination nowadays. Now let a polar plot is like this. Okay, so the Nyquist plot will be very easy. That will be like this. It will be completed, right? Now the most important one. This was easy, but if a polar plot was given like this, then the Nyquist plot will be like this. You know what I am doing, so practice this kind of questions most times, okay? Then it will be very easy for you. Now I have told you that I will be talking about the stability conditions, right? So you know, in time domain you have done Routh-Lucas and RH criteria, Routh-Hurwitz criteria, but here also you can do that. But apart from those things, you can do gain margin, phase margin, right? These two things. These are very important, gain margin and phase margin. So practice those things. Another thing in Nyquist plot, you know, Nyquist stability criteria. Nyquist stability criteria. This is very, very important. Then you get the rotations and all. You get the -1 plus j0 point. You have to deal with these points, and these things are very important in Nyquist plot and in frequency response analysis. So Nyquist stability criteria, that is n is equal to p minus z formula. This is very, very important. You need to remember all these things. Now the last part, which are different from the time domain analysis. You know, in time domain analysis you have done the step response, so there you can find peak overshoot and all, but here that is not peak overshoot. In frequency domain we deal with resonance peak, right? The resonance peak, you know what is resonance. You need to remember all the different points, right? Here it is resonance peak, resonance frequency, and the most important part here is 3 dB cutoff frequency. There is a direct question asked in GATE in previous paper, and that question is frequently asked in different exams, BRC, GATE, any PSU exams. There are everywhere the direct questions are asked. So you need to remember those things and the formulas, the direct formulas with the zeta value, right? You need to remember those things. Now, the last thing is here we get the bandwidth idea. Bandwidth idea, and you know here the bandwidth is proportional to noise. And this concept is very, very important. This concept is actually the patent. This is the patent in frequency domain. This is the patent of frequency domain analysis or frequency response analysis. Now, then tell me, what is the patent in time domain analysis? You know what is the patent of time domain response or time response of any system. You know that. That is steady state error. That is steady state error only. So you need to remember these two things. These are patent of time domain. Why I am telling patent? Because steady state error you don't find it in frequency response, and this concept cannot be applied in time domain. The bandwidth, this thing. But in GATE questions, sometimes they ask the steady state error after a Bode plot. How is that possible? They tell you to find out the DC gain K, but and they ask steady state error. So student gets confused that how can I link up the frequency domain and time domain. You know how? That is, in frequency domain response or in Bode plot you find out the DC gain K, and you know that K is equivalent to position constant, the velocity constant, etc. that you find in the formula of steady state error. That is 1 by Kp for step input, 1 by 1 plus Kv for amp input. So you know those things. In that equation you put the K value and you find out the steady state error in percentile into 100. So that's how it's going on. So questions are asked in this fast way. You need to remember all the things. This is the advantage that you will be calculating all the answers very fast. That is the advantage.